Oh, Age of Calamity? Okay, so let's start with Age of Calamity because I know, Travis, you have a lot of experience with the original one.
Yeah, I've been playing the original one on my Switch.
Have you guys played it at all? Has anybody but me played Age of Calamity?
I have not played Age of Calamity.
Okay, so
Is it worth it?
yes, absolutely. I think it's worth full price. There's a lot going on. So the first one suffers from having too much content. Like there's just too much to unlock, and it's a slog. It's still fun to play, but if you're trying to complete it, it's going to take you like at least a year of like playing it every day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool, though. I like that.
Not
Maybe.
so.
No.
Musou games. Musou games will eventually. They do eventually, and I will say this for every one of them. They wear out their welcome for a little bit because you just, for me at least, I just dive into them really hard and I play them constantly. I'll play them 60 hours in like a single week. That's like I love those games. But Age of Calamity, I will say, is very well paced. There's just enough going on. It feels like there's a lot going on, but honestly, by the time you're done doing it all, you want to do a little more, which is why I'm actually pretty excited about the DLC. I haven't bought it yet. I don't even know if it's out. It should be coming out soon if it's not out now.
It's supposed to come out this year.
And yeah, more missions, more characters. That's going to be awesome. There's going to be a couple season passes, but
Yeah.
it's in terms of like mechanics and playability, I feel like it's a little deeper than the mainline series. Okay. There's every character gets access. Have you played Breath of the Wild? No. Okay, so you're gonna be very lost on this.
That.
Wait, is it Breath of the Wild?
So Age of
themed?
Calamity is it takes place like 100 or 1,000 years before the events. I think it's 100 years before the events of Breath of the Wild. It's what made the world is the way it is. It tells those events with like large scale battles against Ganon's evil army of bokoblins and whatnot. Lizalfoses, whatever they are.
Pretty rocking.
But yeah, and it's pretty rocking. Its storytelling is good. It still suffers from like typical Musou weeby cringiness. But it's fun. It's a fun playthrough. The new characters are, you can tell they were designed with love. You can tell the story is told like with a lot of, they paid a lot of attention to the world details. They didn't want to like sully it or water it down for people. And it uses music from Breath of the Wild, which is minimal but also extremely appropriate whenever it happens. It's really cool. Point in case, I recommend it. If you haven't played that and you want just something to kill 60 hours really fast,
Quick
as fast as 60
hours.
Yeah, quick 60-hour playthrough. You can I recommend Age of Calamity a lot. There's a lot going on.
Play Breath of the Wild.
Well, if you want to understand the events, yes.
If you want to know what's going on, you have to go through 80 to 100 hours of Breath of the Wild. I don't know how long is
as long as you want to play, baby.
Yeah.
Baby.
You could play it in chronological order. You could play Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity first and then play Breath of the Wild. It'll still make sense.
It kind of would, but a lot of the storytelling in Age of Calamity relies on you having played Breath of the Wild to understand, like, because they pull. Age of Calamity is not so much as it is a prequel that tells old events, but it's also like there's time travel involved with characters.
Of course.
So like it ends up being its own kind of universe. Spoiler alert! It's its own universe basically.
Okay.
And you're like, with Breath of the Wild, you're doing like a Link's path. You're seeing like a straightforward story, so you receive the story in that way. Versus, I'm guessing, Age of Calamity, you're doing levels that are like based on the knowledge that you heard and.
Yeah, It's hard to explain. It tells the story from the perspective of the people living in that time.
Yeah.
It's not like, but also in the loading screens, it tells it like it's the past, like somebody's reading it to somebody, like Zelda or Zelda's father, the king.
Go in and just read the load screens.
Well, they tell you the events, but they don't necessarily tell you like who certain characters actually are. Because characters like Rivali and all the heroes, all the champions from Breath of the Wild that are from the future also are playable characters. So it doesn't quite... It does a good job of explaining it without like overtly saying that they are who they are. So it helps to have an understanding of Breath of the Wild. It's one of the few Warriors games that I would say the story is like worth actually watching. They're pretty silly. The Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, any of them have pretty silly cutscenes.
Super cheesy. They've just gotten more dramatic as time went on. At first, like that, it's funny because like in the first Dynasty Warriors games, the acting is so stale, and so stiff.
I defeated an officer.
They all speak like this. And nobody has any other inflections than this kind of speech.
Oh, and you can never forget the wonderful cutscenes where they're like, and it shows them and like, oh, I gotta get out of here.
Oh, it played every
And they
time
run
a
away.
certain event happened.
And it's
on
the
map.
same thing that happens to every single. It's the same animation for every single character. And they say the same exact thing in almost the same exact voice.
In Dynasty Warriors 4, they started adding more voice actors, but they were still really silly because it was in that one, there was a guy who runs in and he's like, Lord Meng Huo! He has like the goofiest voice. And like,
I forgot about that, dude.
I don't know. It was probably just like one of the like translators. Like they're just like, we also need to fill these voice roles.
Oh, you can.
We want you to be a scared peasant. I think I know what that sounds like.
Meng Huo! I'm gonna look for that real quick.
Yeah, I hope somebody has that on YouTube. Just a clip of that.
I hope there's like a voice actor who like used that in their like portfolio or something, and they're like just playing that in an audition. They're like, and this is the.
I don't think there was auditions for these voice actors. I think they were just brought on internally.
This isn't from that, but I'm gonna play some voice acting from Dynasty Warriors 3. I looked at Dynasty Warriors 4 Weird Guy. I don't exactly know how to search that, but
Just I don't know. Maybe Dynasty Warriors 4 Meng Huo guy.
I don't know.
Meng Huo guy.
But
That was a meme back then.
Travis, I'm actually watching the same video that you put up.
Music's good.
There's one that kind of vaguely comes to mind of this. I forget who the character was, but he's like, "Beware my magic."
Is that in the game?
This is from Dynasty Warriors 3.
Go. This sounds like a joke.
No,
Are you fucking?
There's the supply compound.
It's some gold in that show.
How did they find it?
How did they find it?
Yes.
That guy's line was just yes, which made no sense
No
in
reason.
context.
How did they get it?
That I
Yes.
respond to all of your taunts?
That's Sina Yi.
This is stupid.
Yes, it is.
Hey, you, go and report. Yes.
As a kid
Oh my
who hadn't played
goodness.
very many games with lots of voice acting, I thought that was cool.
I mean, it was. There was no other context.
I mean, to me, it was just like, wow, you can hear their voices in this game.
Yeah.
It was new, and therefore I was just enthralled with it. No matter how bad it was, I thought it was just cool. It
was cool to
that
hear.
was happening.
Hear the characters you love talking. Like Because, like, remember on Super Nintendo and Genesis, if they spoke, it was like somebody was swallowing razor blades. Like, because it was, like,
It was
super
always
choppy.
really
and low quality.
muffled, like really muffled audio clips.
You remember the that Ninja Turtles fighter game?
Oh yeah, TMNT Tournament Fighters.
Yeah, just like
Which version did you play? They're all very different.
I played the Genesis version.
Ah.
And
I played the Super one.
Oh,
They have different characters in them.
really?
Yeah.
I did not. Know
Yeah, there's
that.
like one of the games has April and one has a Shredder's daughter or something like that in it.
What?
That's
Yeah.
a cool Dynasty Warriors. Ninja Turtles Dynasty Warriors. Plays like Casey Jones and
Oh man,
The Ninja
a
Turtles.
Turtles Dynasty
Shredder.
Warriors game? Dude. I mean,
Like-
you could make it a fully like fleshed out game featuring
Usagi
just the
Yojimbo.
Turtles, Shredder, Rocksteady, Bebop, and Krang. Like if you only have
Yeah.
like 8 playable characters, it would still, in my opinion, would still be the best.
Dude, the biggest gosh
You
dang.
need at least 24
Ninja Turtles
characters
fan
for
I
a
know.
Dynasty
At
Warriors game, or a
least,
Musou game,
at
period.
least 24 characters.
If you have less than that, then it better be like
Let's
really
see if we can-
good.
There's a lot of Ninja Turtles characters they could put in there, though. They could put.
Oh yeah, like
no,
there's
there's
the
movies
quite a
and-
bit.
from the Taka and Razor.
Yeah.
They could bring what's his name?
Any of the
What is
toys.
what is Shredder's like main henchman's name?
I don't remember.
Oh, man.
I don't remember.
He would
That's
be
gonna
good,
bug me
though.
now. But
Tetsu.
Tetsu,
His
yeah.
name's Tetsu.
They
And
could
he would be a
put-
great character.
like-
Casey Jones, obviously.
Casey Jones, yeah, definitely.
Krang.
Krang, yeah,
course.
Krang, yeah, out in the weird big baby suit.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
weird robot.
Splinter. They could put
course.
Usagi Yojimbo in there. Like, there's so many good characters.
The costumes, man. The costumes. You can have Raphael. You can have Trenchcoat Raphael. You can have Red Mask, all the turtles. You can have.
Black and white.
Ooh, yeah.
The black and white comic ones.
You can have Venus de Milo.
Oh, yeah, the fifth turtle.
Oh yeah, Venus. She's an alien though, isn't she? She's not really a turtle.
Yeah, she's like a magic alien that just looks like a turtle.
Yeah.
They're just an alien
This so
race
happens.
that happens to be turtles.
Look exactly like mutant turtles from Earth.
It'd have to be the frogs from the cartoon series that Shredder had. He mutated 4 frogs and named them after his favorite conquerors. There's like Genghis Khan, Napoleon. Oh my God, I forget Rasputin.
And I can never remember the fourth one.
Yeah, but
Hitler?
No, oh my God.
Oh, jeez.
Genghis, Napoleon, Rasputin, and Hitler. Go defeat those turtles, Hitler the Frog.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe you should just like be like hidden.
You just
don't
stay
be,
back.
Just there's 3 frogs. There's only 3.
So
I only got 3.
There was never a fourth
The
one.
the frogs in the cartoon, they have like
Hillbilly accents.
well, like they're supposed to be like from like Louisiana, like New Orleans. They all talk like this,
Perfect.
and then the Hitler frog would probably be like, "Why does everybody hate me so much, Dad? I don't understand the real world, but everybody hates me. They don't hate the other frogs as much as they hate me." Don't get me wrong; they're mean to those other frogs, but they want me dead. That's how they sound in the cartoon. That's not a Cajun accent, but that's how they sound.
No, it's like
They sound kind of like like good old boys, country bumpkins.
This is a cartoon.
It's from the
Yeah, it's
from
in
the
the-
Ninja Turtles cartoon. I think it's like the 3rd season they introduced.
Sounds
frogs.
about right.
And they keep coming back too. Like,
They come back a
there's
couple times, yeah.
I see that.
One of them steals Donatello's girlfriend.
There's like a salamander girl in that's like romantically involved with one of the turtles. They have another turtle that Rocksteady and Bebop psychologically torment. Slash.
Fine.
They make him do all their bitch work.
Yeah, the whole reason they mutate their pet turtle to grow so they can manipulate it into doing chores for them. They don't want to do chores around the Technodrome. So
Yeah, that
They're like
makes sense.
kids.
yeah, so they're really dumb. They're some of my favorite henchmen characters because of how dumb they are. But yeah, they grab this like little plastic tree that he's really attached to, and then they like say they're gonna like destroy it or something if he doesn't clean for them. So he ends up just like cleaning the Technodrome until he gets a hold of the thing himself, of the plastic tree that he loves, and then he goes off the rails and starts fighting everybody. The Ninja Turtles cartoon is wacky. It is.
weird.
It's so funny. I love it. I'll always love it. But Ryan, what is a Musou game that you dream of?
A Musou game that I dream of.
Like-
Well, I mean, Ninja Turtles would be a cool one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, for sure. But I'd like, I think it would be funny. I don't know if this would. I'll use this as my answer, but it's not my dream one. But I do think like the Nicktoons idea one would be really, really funny because like you know how they have like Nicktoons Smash Brother clone game, and they have a Nicktoons like racing
Mario Kart,
game
yeah.
and Nicktoons party game and stuff like that. But like. Have all those characters, but like beating the shit out of each other and hundreds of minions from their from whatever shows they're from.
Got a pretty deep pool of characters too to pull from.
Yeah, well, we're only pulling from the good Nicktoons. Like, we're not doing Loud House, none of that bullshit. But
yeah,
do whatever
I mean,
you want.
none of the games and stuff. They never pull from like the modern stuff. I think as far forward as it goes is probably like
the new Ninja Turtles.
the new Ninja Turtles. Yeah, they tend to skip over a lot of stuff. Even from when we were like in high school, they don't do any of that shit. They'll go up to like SpongeBob and then maybe a little bit past that. Like SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents and Invader Zim is
Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom. That's usually where they'll draw the line of
I don't imagine
who
there's
gets in.
much after that. I know anyway.
I mean, there's like a bunch of really bad shows, but that are after that. So
Ooh, can
that's
we get
And As Told by Ginger is in it.
yes,
she
yes, yeah,
just
yeah.
slaps people
Okay,
with her
so,
like book bag.
The Nicktoons one would have to be pretty exclusive of some characters. Like, how are you going to incorporate Doug or Arnold into that game? Because they don't really fight there, especially Doug. He's a
Neither
wimp.
does Phoenix Wright.
It's cool.
Give him like Phoenix Wright, like word bubbles and stuff.
He could. I mean, he could be Quillman.
He could be Quail Man. Yeah, they could put Doug in as Quail Man. But like Arnold is never going to kick someone's ass. He would
He
defend
has some
himself.
sort of daydream, I'm
There's
sure.
an episode where he learns karate.
Yeah, he's Karate Arnold.
He- SpongeBob, I could see. I'd also, how do you incorporate worlds from Hey Arnold and stuff? Like, are you beating up a bunch of children?
Beating up a
Like
bunch of
high
whoa,
school-
Streets of New York.
Yeah, streets of New York, man, just fighting robbers everywhere.
Boom. Ninja Turtles. Boom. Ninja Turtles. Hey Arnold. In the same
Whoa.
place.
Yeah. That's kind of like getting into
The
like
Foot Clan.
Kingdom Hearts style storytelling.
Hey, it's Musou.
Kingdom Hearts Musou would be cool.
Yeah,
And Mickey Mouse just going around killing Heartless.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, a Kingdom Hearts Musou. It's pretty well designed. Like it's pretty well set up to be a successful Musou game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's built in.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
I
like
only
it'd
like
be
Mickey
more.
Mouse just, like
be-
mowing down.
Be a better chance of there being a Final Fantasy Warriors and then having Kingdom Hearts characters in it.
Yeah,
Maybe. Well, there's a spin-off Final Fantasy game. No Final Fantasy games include Kingdom Hearts characters except for
No.
World of Final Fantasy Maxima, where Sora is
All
a
of the
DLC.
phone
but-
games.
Is Sora in those?
Disney.
Because he's a
he's-
Disney character.
He's in one of the opera. He's in the mobile opera
Yeah.
Omnia game.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I think the mobile games are different because the crossovers are a little bit different.
I think he's. I don't know if he's in Brave Exvius or not, but
He's in my Disney Pop game on my phone.
you play Disney Pop.
Yeah. It's like Emoji Blitz or whatever. Sora, Kyrie, and the Aqua. The blue hair girl.
Oh,
Nick would know.
That's one I never actually played.
I
only played the first two, and then I played
Yep.
the one
Game
with the
Boy.
really long, stupid title, 358 over 52 days or something like that.
I didn't because it didn't emulate.
I just
well
wanna-
at the time.
I want to be a guy who's paid to think up fake words for Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts games.
Oh man, I would love to talk extensively about Kingdom Hearts 1.
Maybe for another one.
Yeah, of
We're
course.
still talking about Dynasty Warriors.
That's true.
Kingdom Hearts
Yeah,
Warriors.
Ooh, Kingdom Heart Warriors.
I think it'd be pretty standard.
3.759.
You already got hordes of bad guys. You
Yeah.
got bosses. You got.
It's like a hack and slash RPG platformer hybrid with a shooter with like a weird spaceship shooter game
You do it like
and Ariel's sing along.
Captain Jack Sparrow is. You do a
Yeah.
boat.
James Woods
Fight.
would play Hades.
Well, if we want to get into the fact that Kingdom Hearts is Disney, you might as well include Marvel and Star Wars characters.
Oh, might as well.
Oh my God.
Just Disney Warriors, but it's like
It's Kingdom Hearts Warriors.
Disney Warriors. It's all one giant.
The
thing,
Kingdom Hearts
one-
is what makes it the Warriors.
how cool would it have been in like Kingdom Hearts 3 if they
Holy
just released like a DLC that's like Marvel and Star Wars that just joins them too?
I was really hopeful that at least Marvel was in it.
I think Star Wars would have had a better chance of appearing because
you're
Disney's more
right.
like
You're
Disney's more
right.
outwardly like Disney Star Wars, but they're not like saying Disney's Marvel. What?
Yeah, I think they try to like separate it a little bit to keep the Marvel like brand clean. As clean as they can,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
They already tarnished the Star Wars too much. Everybody knows that like Disney bought Star Wars and they fucked up.
Well, I mean, they did purge a shit ton of all the projects they had on
Yeah.
immediately after
The first thing
episode
they-
8.
It was a hostile takeover. They came in and like, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. All this has
Yeah.
got to go. Here's a new team of people. They just came in and just took over.
I'm very optimistic.
Very optimistic for
And Star Wars from now on, yeah. At least the side stuff. I don't care about the main story. Whatever, Skywalker shit, I'm done with that. I'm talking about the side stuff. I feel like that's in good hands.
Yeah. I think they kind of. I hope that they learned their lesson and like they just like jumped in like head first and made the mistakes that they needed to and realized that like they have to protect the brand a little bit and they can't just fucking like their plan was to do 2 back-to-back trilogies at once and they didn't even have the plan for the first one. Like
they had a plan about a plan.
yeah, they're like, we're gonna do a trilogy, you know. It'll be good. Like, Snoke. Yeah, no, he's gone. But yeah, no, it'll be fine. We'll just bring the other guy back from all the other ones. Poopatine, whatever.
Poopatine.
And then they just, well, fuck it, you know, Fansel. They don't care. And now they're like,
Buy our
they put
merch.
the second trilogy on indefinite hold, from what I heard.
That's
Wasn't
been
it-
flushed.
Wasn't it supposed to be like
Flush,
written by the
straight up
Game of
flush.
Thrones?
Yes.
No, that was a TV show.
Oh,
The new trilogy was supposed to be done by the guy who did episode 8.
Oh,
And we all know how that went.
Yeah.
I don't know how that went because I did not see episode 8.
No, I mean, you heard about how that went and how terrible the reception was about that movie. and
I've
how
heard it's
everyone hated that
pretty
director.
terrible. Wait, I
It is
did
until you watch
see
the
8.
ninth
I
one.
did see 8 because 8 had that scene where they fight all those red guards or whatever,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
right? Okay, I did see that one. I didn't see 9.
Me neither.
Oh my god, dude.
8 effectively killed any like remaining bit of.
Wait till you see 9.
Oh my!
You're gonna be like, dude, 8 should have.
I
like,
heard.
that guy should have kept going. Like he had like, oh
Yeah,
God,
8
dude,
just
9 is.
I had bad feeling about it whenever no one said anything after it came out. There was not a word. No one like, hey, I saw the new Star Wars. No one said that. No, one was like, I didn't hear anything bad or good about it. So I was like,
It was
this
just pretending
movie
it
was
didn't
bad.
happen. They're like
didn't
like
exist.
rocking in the corner at the end until like post credits. Like, no, it's not. That's not. That wasn't it. That wasn't the night. That wasn't how they ended it. That I didn't wait 30 years for this. No.
Is the ending as bad as the ending of the 3rd Star Trek movie when they kill all the aliens with Beastie Boys?
Oh, that was
You mean the new Star Trek
that
movies?
I thought was a troll.
Yeah.
Like, in
Oh,
real
I've
life.
only seen the first. I'm sorry
Yeah, I've
to
only
hear.
seen the first one. Well, I saw the second one.
Spoiler alert! The climax
That was
the climax of the third movie, they kill a bunch of aliens by blasting Sabotage by the Beastie Boys.
Yeah,
Like,
unkillable.
does it make their heads explode, or
They can't stand the frequencies.
The
they're
Beastie
from
Boys,
the-
they just, they're
Mars
just,
They're from the
Attack.
80s.
they're just
Those-
yeah. It's Mars Attacks. Mars Attacks is a much better movie.
Yeah. Oh shit! I just realized it's like a Mars. Wait, what was the
And-
song they played?
And Mars Attacks, it was some country song.
Yeah.
And their heads would explode.
Thing. They're like a super advanced race, and they have protections against Captain fucking. Yeah, no, it's not Picard.
no? I know it's
Kirk.
Captain Suave. Yeah, Kirk. He's like, oh shit, nothing else will work. And then they're like, wait, I got my dad's mixtape.
Dude, the movie would be so. If that were the actual line they used in the movie, it's like, dude, I got my dad's mixtape. We got these aliens. I've got this mixtape my dad made for me. Back when I lived on Earth.
All the lasers and modern tech, future tech does not work.
All it took was a sick beat.
The Sabotage is such a nasty
This-
track.
What?
Too nasty.
They all just start
300 this
crashing their-
500-year-old tune.
Yeah, it's like 500 years old, and they're like, it's like what you might know now as like
Beethoven. It's like classical.
Yeah.
That'd be like if aliens came and we played Beethoven to try to destroy them.
and then you crashed your car
Yeah.
into a
And
tree.
into the mothership.
Yeah, like as soon as you heard Beethoven's Fifth, you were like, I gotta turn my vehicle. That's what happens. There's like 500 spaceships that can't handle Beast Boy Sabotage, and they crash into the mothership, and then they win. And then the sequel never came. That was the last one, right?
Yeah, I believe it was the last one.
Thank God. I saw that in theaters and I was so disappointed. Ugh. This song just makes me want to.
Makes you
Right,
want to
Travis?
save humanity. Yeah, you're right, Travis. Beethoven's Fifth is your favorite.
Go pull up.
Yes.
Pull up.
that's
on
I'm a big
YouTube
fan of
Beethoven's Fifth.
Beethoven. He was great in that movie from 1989,
As the-
Amadeus.
Ooh.
yeah.
I was gonna say
Love
he was
that.
great. He was great as that dog when he played that dog in that movie.
That's what I was thinking.
Ah,
Real-
yes, yes,
he did a
yes.
pretty good job. He nailed the everything about being a dog.
Who'd have thought that he
Incredible.
would play a Saint Bernard so well?
Yeah.
Yeah, his drooling was just on point.
Yeah. Yeah. He really. I mean,
They
he
say
can play piano extremely well for a dog.
yeah, they say he like
I never
Beethoven
knew.
was such a character actor. You know, like he
He's a-
he
A method actor.
yeah, method actor that like when he ate those shoes in that movie, he really like chewed them up.
He
was
chewed.
blind?
He chewed on shoes
Or
all
deaf?
week to prepare for that role.
Yeah,
I've never seen the Beethoven movie.
He slobbered.
saw it?
What really? Isn't
No.
it what John?
It was live
is it
action,
John Ritter.
so I didn't like it.
It's
Who's
John
in those?
Ritter.
I don't even know. John Ritter's in Problem Child, which is also a fun movie. Probably hasn't aged that well.
Oh man, if only there was a Beethoven Warriors.
A Beethoven. Wait, like the dog or
Like the dog.
or
Classical music.
yeah, classical warriors.
yeah,
You can play as like Bach.
Mozart and Bach and
Pachelbel.
Rachmaninoff.
Salieri.
Sally.
Salia.
Debussy. Debussy. I don't know how to pronounce that.
This would be the music. Bach's cello suite.
Oh yeah.
As you mow down rival.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, then it just.
Just like hundreds of
vocal
voices at the same time.
Chopin is like wailing on people with keys of a keyboard or a piano. Piano wire.
A lot of them would fight with pianos. Something related to pianos.
Well, Beethoven would definitely have some sort of ear horn ability where he would like use his ear horn. He'd have some sweet anime coat.
Oh yeah.
Mozart would like throw like piano keys out, but they would like magically come back like boomerangs. So you'd be like, "Huh." I wish people could see what I'm doing, but I'm making arm motions like I'm throwing a boomerang. Just shooting them out of his sleeves, and they just like shoot forward and come back.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Or maybe they're just piano keys attached to strings that he swings around.
So my dream,
What would your dream Warriors?
my Dream Warriors game would be a Sonic the Hedgehog Warriors, and this treads very dangerously into some fan fiction territory. Not
Create a character.
well, definitely. Well,
I don't know.
the
about
creative
that.
character in Sonic Forces was really dumb and really bad. It was like
If you wanted to make like a 1920s like rubber band style animal character,
they all ended up looking like Felix the Cat or worse.
Yeah. You couldn't make a cool hedgehog. You could only make
No,
like
they're all like
cheesy Cuphead style hedgehog with
really
the big cartoon eyes.
skinny. They were all like really skinny and they just didn't
They
look
looked like Animaniacs characters.
You could not. They made it literally impossible to make a character that looked anywhere near as cool as Sonic or Knuckles. I would say Tails too, but he doesn't look cool. Tails looks like a dumb kid character.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, this treads dangerously into those waters of like Sonic and his dumb fucking friends. But there's
Who
a lot.
are the villains? I mean,
It would be
obviously.
Eggman and like his like various robots. You could fight
Shadow.
Metal Sonic. So
Shadow would
Oh,
start out
Metal
as a
Sonic.
villain.
the way I see it, so in a lot of like the spin-off Warrior games, the way they run and travel around the world is fast. Like there's not really jumping. There's there's dashing and sliding and dodging, but they'll run at a certain speed for like 5 seconds, and then they'll just like start running really fast. And you wouldn't have to like design two terribly intricate stages that are Sonic-like stages right away, you could get away with watering down a bit the Sonic platforming and running, because that would just already be incorporated into traversing the map. They wouldn't. My vision. So there's a couple ways you could take this. You could take this as like you could give every Sonic character weapons, which would in itself be silly, and I would like, but it would also be really stupid. I imagine they would punch and kick and incorporate like spin dashes and homing attacks into their basic combos. And it would be divided into segments. The stage would be divided into segments to where like you have to like run through some loops, some Mobius loops, whatever they call them.
Ooh.
So yeah, what do you guys have any comments or concerns on that?
Well, I mean, given Sonic and Dynasty Warriors' glitchy history, I feel like combining the two is just asking for the glitchiest game you could ever play. For some reason, every single Sonic game and every single Dynasty Warriors game is just riddled with tons of glitches.
I have two questions.
Okay.
The first question is, does Sonic have a Joyun a scarf on?
Yes and no. It's an unlockable costume.
Okay. And the second question is, what does the villain that comes from another dimension that helps Dr. Robotnik to take over the world against Sonic look like?
There's a couple villains you could actually just pick from that. So actually you could bring Eggman Nega. I don't know if you ever played Sonic Rush, but Eggman Nega is just an alternate dimension Eggman who's just as evil. And he could come into play, but knowing Koei Tecmo, they would create some like busty sorceress that is threatening to tear apart the fabric of reality and force Sonic and his enemies to unite. So he would have to team up with Eggman and Metal Sonic And I imagine you could return some retired characters like Knack the Weasel, aka Fang the Sniper, or you could bring back Heavy and Bomb, which from the Knuckles Chaotix, that would be cool. But
Bark the polar bear.
Bark and Bean from Sonic the Fighters.
Yeah.
Bean the Dynamite. How about that for a name?
He's a duck, for those who don't know. His name's Bean the Dynamite, but he's neither Bean or Dynamite. He's a duck.
So yeah, I think a Sonic the Hedgehog Warriors, a Musou game, could be pretty cool and fun. And the music, just imagine like a Dynasty Warriors Musou-esque score. So like lots of like proggy guitars and power riffs and stuff mixed with like Jun Sunue's wailing leads.
Crush 40 opening.
Crush 40.
Crush 40
Oh, I mean, there would have to be.
involved,
There would have to
definitely.
be a Crush 40 song, an original song.
There'd probably be like two, like an opening one and then one for the last battle.
Or just some sweet remixes of the Crush 40 songs in Dynasty Warriors fashion.
Oh yeah, okay. Or even just like, imagine like Green Hill Zone or Emerald Hill, but in the middle it's just like a shredding Dynasty Warriors guitar solo.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be super cool. I mean, like, so the question, like, would the bad guys be like robots, like Robotnik's robots, or would they be like some sort of demon force, like 06 style or Shadow the Hedgehog style, or?
Yeah, both. I both. There would be weird like demon type blobs or whatever, that Shadow would fight.
Yeah.
But everybody would fight really. But there'd be robots. There'd be like little mini forms of Chaos from Sonic Adventure. Chaos would be a cool character to play as.
There'd be a Werehog. Sonic, you could play as Sonic as him and his
And
Werehog.
yeah,
form.
Werehog would be the main draw. In mine,
Yeah.
everybody, but not only would Sonic be a rubbery Werehog, but everybody would get a Werehog type transformation.
Ooh, every character.
Every
has a
character.
werewolf
Yeah,
version?
yeah.
Except for, like, Robotnik and
Knuckles
stuff.
would be
Werehog.
Knuckles the Werehog, Tails the Werehog, Eggman the Werehog.
The Chows are all Werehogs, and
Dude, everybody would be a Werehog. It'd be
Scratching
it'd be-
Grounder
It'd
would
be
be in it,
Werehog
too.
Warriors.
Scratching Grounder. Just add them in there too. I want that Eggman and everything. The one that sounds like this.
Yeah.
Robotnik. Like, he should be more prevalent in the Sonic games. He should be like one of the returning characters.
It's got to be Jim Carrey now.
Jim
Carrey's the new.
Did anybody else see? I saw this.
I
On
didn't,
have.
I didn't see it.
You've seen it?
I've seen it.
So you haven't. And
It's not
I
that
need
great.
to watch it. I
it's
heard it was
not.
good. I
It's
heard it-
not that bad.
It's very
either.
Yeah, I
boring.
heard it wasn't. It wasn't bad.
It set the bar pretty low with the human teeth situation. So people were just happy it wasn't that, and I feel like that saved it.
That was the marketing tactic. Create
Yeah.
a horribly
Set the bar super low.
create a horribly ugly, like really weird Sonic the Hedgehog that everybody is going to hate, and then you can't go wrong from that.
Yeah, they
Like,
just gotta
you can
make the
only
trailer.
improve.
That's brilliant.
It
Yeah,
is.
and people will just be happy that it didn't look like that.
I wish
Detective Pikachu.
if there's an
was better.
alternate universe of us that went and saw that version of the movie with Sonic with the human teeth and those thighs. They made his like thighs like really human like.
Yeah, it was.
He had like he had like human legs.
Yeah, it's like his knees looked like human knees. Like,
It's like too.
it's kind of weird.
Like uncanny.
Uncanny Valley.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. It's
The
Too
Teeth
weird.
were weird as fuck. at the
Western like executive intervention is always weird. Like
they don't get it.
there with I believe it was with Pokemon. They wanted to give Pikachu large breasts, like large.
What?
Make Pikachu like an anthropomorphic and have large breasts.
No.
What? That's-
wait,
For
That, that was
Or
that
like-
was
or-
that was one of the attempts at westernizing Pokemon.
That's weird.
That's super weird. There's a lot of weird things. There's a lot to
Are you,
unpack
you mean
there.
Chansey?
You mean
They never even
Chansey
got
would
a
definitely
chance.
have large breasts.
They didn't have a
would
chance to go to
like,
Chansey.
Yeah, if we're talking Pokemon with large breasts, it'd either be Chansey or Miltank.
Just went downhill
Well.
very fast.
If we're asking nowadays, I have a feeling there's some other Pokemon that are in that category now.
Yeah, there's some sexy Pokemon out there, guys.
No, I'm just saying there's a lot more. There's a lot different Pokemon that are fetishized nowadays.
I think the internet is such a fun place because like you can everything. Nothing is sacred. Like anything
No.
that you can think of, there's somebody who drew it with large breasts somewhere.
If you look hard enough, yeah. Or sometimes you don't have to look hard at all. It just falls in your lap, and you're
It's
like,
a top 10
why?
research.
I didn't want to know this existed, but I do.
Yeah. Okay. So here's a quote of the Pikachu with large
Oh,
breasts.
no.
Thing.
Circling back to that.
Yeah, it comes from I learned it in a Did You Know Gaming, but it's the president Tsunekazu Ishihara said the first time we showed off some Pokemon in the U.S., we were told they were too cute. The staff in America submitted their replacement designs, but we just couldn't believe the kind of stuff they were proposing. They turned Pikachu into something like a tiger with huge breasts. It looked like a character from the musical Cats. When I asked, how is this supposed to be Pikachu, they said, well, look, there's its tail right there. Seriously, that was the kind of stuff being proposed. That is a quote from the Pokemon Company president.
Does it say what year?
It
I'm
was.
guessing
It was
imagine-
before Pokemon was brought over to the West. So it was like very beginning Pokemon.
Late 90s.
Yeah,
Oh,
so like
makes perfect
97,
sense.
98.
We see what you're saying,
Makes
but
a lot of sense.
why don't you give this a shot? They just slide that drawing on his
It's
ass.
sexy enough.
It's just Americans we like sexy. We gotta have breasts on it. These designs don't have enough breasts. Kids are always looking at breasts.
We know what our kids like.
Wait, what? Who said that? What company?
It was
Pokemon
It was
Company.
Nintendo.
Nintendo America.
It was
Re-
staff
Reggie?
from Nintendo of America
Oh, no.
apparently submitted their ideas.
Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Oh yeah, Reggie definitely drew some
Reggie.
floppers on those Pikachus.
He's
Like,
the
that's
secret
pretty good,
inventor of
but we have
Bowsette.
Some tits.
Yeah, he's into all of it. He likes the fan creations with breasts.
That's a quote Reggie Fils-Aimé told us himself. He called us and told us that.
Look, don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anybody, but I really wish Pikachu had bigger titties.
Wait, imagine Pikmin, but with tits. Tits and ass. A Pikmin with ass.
A big fat juicy ass on that Pikmin, on that purple Pikmin.
Purple pig.
Purple Pikmin's got a thick ass.
All the other ones got, leaf fire and water. They all got big, just big tits. But purple got that ass. Are there more? Yeah.
It's actual audio from the staff room in Nintendo of America.
Yeah, that's all. That's pretty much
That
all of
should
them too.
translate
like-
that to.
It made everybody else in the staff very uncomfortable, which is why we never saw those changes here.
I like the Koopa kids, but they need more of that ass. Put more of that ass on those Koopa kids, and then put them in the game.
Yeah, put them in the game just like that. Just like that, nice and slow.
Put more ass. Put more ass on them.
More ass.
More ass. He's just drunk at the meetings. He's like, you know what these games need? More ass.
These.
You know
For
what?
the listeners, but there are very many empty beer cans here now, so you're reaching late game.
There's a
We're
fair
reaching
amount
full
of-
Musou bar.
Yeah. Musou, those games do have a lot of TNA. If you know what I mean, if you know what I'm saying.
They are surprisingly modest, honestly.
Not really.
Comparatively.
Not since the fusion with like Tecmo. Like
It has gotten more.
They've definitely
relaxed,
like sexualized
but
the women in that game a lot.
There's a lot
more.
of modest armor on a lot of the ladies.
Some, yeah, they still give them like huge knockers.
Oh yeah, you can't get around that one. It's. I feel like that has.
You
that's
just
like
can't. If you're gonna make a
base
game,
model.
you gotta.
They got quotas to meet.
The characters are 9 foot tall. Right?
Yeah.
They're carrying around columns.
Buildings, a couple
as a
characters are pretty big.
So I mean, the tall lady in Resident Evil and the new Resident Evil, those are size. They're proportionate. She's nine-ish.
The kind of stuff going on in Dynasty Warriors, at least modern Dynasty Warriors. I'd have to go back and look at all the women in the old ones to be able to compare. But at least
get their measurements.
At least in the new ones, oh my god! And like Dead or Alive, they do give their measurements.
Yes.
But like, so it's like, yeah, Tecmo, that company is now like in charge of Koei, or Koei and Tecmo fused. They merged into one company.
So they
they're
probably got
Koei Tecmo.
measurements.
So they're definitely using assets from their like Dead or Alive development and creating like super like busty new characters. Like they're very, very sexualized. But that's one of the best reasons to buy the game, though, bro.
Yeah,
Come on, bro, it's just a game.
design, the art design, and they're is it scaled properly?
I think they set unrealistic expectations in young men for what women are going to actually look like. Nobody on the planet is proportioned like these people.
You mean there's not a 9.5 foot woman that is a vampire that wants to hang me up on some hooks and...
I mean, there probably is out there. There's probably one of those for everybody.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. That's all I wanted, 9.5 foot tall vampire to hang me on hooks.
To step on me.
And step on me, yeah.
That's weird. That's what the world actually wanted. Like, that was a weird little thing that happened with Capcom. Like, I bet they did. Well, I mean, they probably knew she was going to have her fans, but, like, they came out of the woodworks.
It just happens. No one expected that the reveal of the crown power-up in Mario would create such an uproar with the Bowsette.
The Bowsette. That is so weird to me that people are, like...
It was a joke.
It was
just
really into
the internet
that.
completely ran with the joke so far, and it just completely caught fire, and then immediately went sexualized.
Of course,
as a joke, and then it became way too serious.
It's self-fulfilling prophecy or something
happens.
like that.
It happens. I think that's what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, and we could have lived in a world where Pikachu had large breasts and was a tiger.
I mean, we still do. You just have to look for it.
Yes. She's still out there.
Yeah, there's a Pikachu with large breasts out there for me.
Sexy tiger Pikachu's coming to get you.
It's just
She's
not
out there.
on the theme song when you wake up in the morning to watch it before school.
What was the staff thinking? Like, this is a game for children.
It was pretty obvious what they were thinking.
I just like to imagine that they handed them pictures of like Pikachu and stuff, and the staff with like pens or crayons or whatever was laying on just drew big circles for boobs on them and handed it back. And was we like this idea.
We forgot they were on the last minute. They were like, "Oh shit, we forgot we have this assignment. Who has a drawing of this? Oh, our friend Mike. He drew a funny picture of Pikachu. Let's use that picture, I guess.
Let's pitch that idea."
That's all we got.
They have a friend that's so into the idea that he doesn't even know what it is yet.
He watched a lot of
and he was like, you know what that needs? bigger tits, and he drew Pikachu. Like it's just some guy they knew. Is that what you're saying? Like some guy they knew was like, what's
he works
Pikachu?
there.
Does it have
he
big
works
tits?
there.
What?
He's just like, he may not be on their team to do it, but they know that he draws, like he likes this Pokemon thing from Japan. And like, you know, he also watched a lot of Robin Hood and like Rescuers Down Under when he was a kid. So, you know.
Yeah, that corrupted a lot of people.
Oh, Don Bluth, man.
Gotta love Don Bluth.
Yeah. He's drawing these animals way too sexy.
It's indoctrinating the kids.
Love to see his,
The cult of Gadget.
Private
Don Bluth
collection.
Warriors.
Don Bluth.
Don
Warriors.
Bluth.
They just
Gotta love the all dogs go to
Five-O.
heaven section of that story.
Five goes west. Not the first one, not American Tail, but the second one, Five goes west, the significantly worse one. The straight to TV one.
Hey, I had a VHS of it. They got from McDonald's.
Is that the
That's
one
what
that
they
has
gave
the
it away at
porn in it?
McDonald's. It was that big. It was like, oh, let's give it away at McDonald's. It was just that low
No,
budget?
you had to buy it.
Oh, well, how could you? Never mind. I'm not even gonna ask that question. Getting too far off track.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So,
Guys make me sick.
Samurai Warriors
Yeah.
was
I know. We were like, let's talk about Musou games, and then we talk about Dynasty Warriors for most of it. But that being said, there's a lot of spin-offs of this game. Like too many to like talk about in one full episode. But the Musou series is something that we've always like gravitated towards, and I'm with a couple new games around the corner. Nine Empires is still, I guess, in development. And because it's like a website, but I have no idea like what's gonna happen with it. I'll still probably be a sucker and pay $100 for it again.
might be good.
$200 on Dynasty Warriors 9.
I think there's no way it can be as bad as Vanilla 9. And Samurai Warriors 5 at the time of this recording is not out. It should be out in a couple days.
This
I think
month,
it's
Next month, yeah.
yeah.
No.
So I think it comes out like on the 25th or something.
Ooh, relevant, yeah.
And it looks like it's taking a lot of risks, but I'm cautiously optimistic.
Roster's been slashed, I think, to 36 characters.
Something like that.
It's pretty small.
I thought it was like 27, but
I think
They added some new ones recently.
I think they're focusing a lot more on the way the narrative plays out, and to me, there's a lot of omissions in characters that I'd like to see in it, but.
Extreme Legends?
If I'm probably going to play this game like a single player experience anyway, so I don't really need like 60 characters. I do love the idea of giant rosters, but it's not necessarily a deal breaker that there's less characters. I just hope that like it plays well. Samurai Warriors always they usually
disappoint.
they usually do a great job with I haven't played a Samurai Warriors game that I didn't like better than other Dynasty Warriors games. They're more robust and just better overall, minus like the slightly smaller roster. So
yeah, they
it's
still got
rather
enough
large.
characters. Yeah,
Still
it's
pretty big.
a lot. Yeah, they always put a lot of characters.
They got the core people. They got the core people from 1 and 2.
They got some of them. They added a bunch of
I
new
mean, there's some
characters,
people
too.
missing, but like, they got a lot of like, they got some. I think they focus on a lot of new people.
Yeah, there's like eight new characters to the series in it, and for like a smaller roster for a Warriors game like that, that's replacing a lot of the characters from the first Samurai Warriors game, at least.
It's big risk, but I feel confident in the Samurai Warriors series.
Yeah, me
when
too.
it comes to them.
It's gonna be good, probably.
They're very beloved to me. I would definitely prefer that series over Dynasty Warriors in the long haul, because I spent a lot of time with Samurai Warriors 2.
oh man, Samurai Warriors 2. That's probably the out of all of them. Well, I played 4 and 4-2 a whole lot as well, but 2 was probably the one that really made me love Samurai Warriors over Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, that's the one I maybe played because 3, it only came out on the Wii. Didn't play it. 4, didn't play 4. Played 4-2 for a little bit, but I was in a big Warriors burnout at the time, so I played it, but not that much.
I love the music in Samurai Warriors. It's like
great.
weird electronic music.
The music will never disappoint.
It's got like we're listening to Azuchi Castle from the first one, and that like really like sticky acidy bass there, synth bass is so cool.
I got like the
So-
Japanese drums that go dong 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 in like almost every song.
I love that. The music in
What-
Samurai Warriors is great.
When did the first Samurai Warriors come out?
Like 2001 or 2, I want to say.
How far, after the second
After 3.
Dynasty Warriors?
Oh, how far? Like, so how far was Samurai Warriors 1 away from the second Dynasty Warriors?
Samurai
Yeah,
Warriors
yeah.
1 came out in 2004, so that was actually like right around Dynasty Warriors 4 going into 5.
Okay, so they kind of like, because this the gameplay, you know, the formula's similar.
Similar, but they add a little nuance to it.
Yeah.
So like in Samurai Warriors, there's like a special attack that everybody has, at least in the second, third, and fourth one. Like if you hit R1 or something, you each character has like a special ability that they can activate. Some people buff themselves, some people just do a stronger attack. It's pretty neat. And in Samurai Warriors 4, they actually made it 2 people teams, which was really cool.
And
you could
there's like different types of characters too. There's like
Co-op?
characters with long combos.
there's
Yes, technique, combo characters, and
Power
then like the ones that
characters.
also that rely on using their like special ability more.
Oh,
Yeah, it's technique,
Or
combo,
speed.
and power and speed. Yeah, something
Wait,
like that.
this PS1?
This PS2.
PS2, okay. Yeah.
PlayStation 2. The PlayStation.
And it is split screen co-op.
Oh, that's like a staple to the series.
At
pretty
least
much.
from Dynasty Warriors
Yeah.
3 on.
Yes.
Up till
Dynasty-
9.
Up till 9 is only 1 player.
What? Really?
Yeah. Well,
Open world, man.
dude, it was such a massive undertaking that they couldn't afford to do 2 player. 2 player would be like it's already unplayably bad on 1 player. If it add another screen, so like if you've ever played these games before, especially in co-op, you kind of know what you're in for. You know there's gonna probably be slow down and you're gonna lose some frames and stuff. Especially on the 2-player split screen, but with 9, it's just like that at its worst 100% of the time. So, not worth playing. Once again, Dynasty Warriors 9, not worth playing.
And this
A waste of $110.
dude, that's crazy, man.
I know. I'm stupid.
Yeah, you are. You fucking idiot.
I know, I bought it like
That's why
a fucking moron.
Yeah, then this come from somebody who pre-ordered Cyberpunk like 9 months in advance.
Dude,
Oh, well.
you know what?
Say, we
I
all
didn't pay
pre-ordered that.
$100 for Cyberpunk, and I got my money back.
I did get my money back too.
You know, at least Cyberpunk
least I got my
gave me
money-
my money back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But man, that was also a disappointing game, which we'll have to cover at length.
We should do. Oh, I was also thinking we should do like a quarantine episode and just
Games that got us through quarantine.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be good because I mean, a lot of it would be me and Ryan talking about Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
But-
I'm sure many people can relate to that.
Yeah, hell yeah, Animal Crossing got
I
me
wasn't able
through
to get
those
it.
first 2 months of quarantine for sure.
I couldn't get a fucking Switch for the like first several months, and then I got an Animal Crossing version from Best Buy that was like available.
That doesn't
But
come with
does-
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, so I still haven't played it.
It has
good.
a lot of stuff. They added quite a bit. Especially, they're still adding stuff. Like they have plans to perpetually add it for the next couple of years. Each month they'll add new things, and while they have repeating events that happen each year, they're still adding new like recipes and stuff.
How much time have you guys put into Animal Crossing? How many hours? Just tell you.
Probably 100 or so hours, but
Yeah, I'd
Sam probably has times that by 8 or 10. She still plays it.
Nice. Wow. Okay.
I only have like probably like Maybe I would say maybe 150 hours on it because like I played it for 3 months straight and then I just
Every
like,
day.
stopped.
Well,
and
you
then-
know, we had to go back to the real world. You know, it was a weird, it was an interesting time. Me and Sam made an island, Pin Island, and we shaped it into a big penis. It was fun.
I wonder how many penis islands
I'm sure
are-
quite a bit.
or pen islands exist. I'm sure
Pen Island.
at least
Remember that?
I'm gonna say 10,000 pen islands at least. At least out of millions of people that play that.
Oh yeah, that's bound to happen again.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what the most common. I hope they have some sort of algorithm that can read that, and they're collecting all this data for their like Westworld type future Animal Crossing VR experience that we'll have in the year
No,
2070.
Nintendo would release it as an infograph, and that was about it. And then they delete it.
yeah. They would like just show up and
here's this
smile on
thing.
screen and be like, "Hey, here's all the data that we have."
And then we're
then-
gonna delete it.
For the kids and
What a weird.
So, any final thoughts on the Warriors, the Musou franchise? I know we didn't really
part one.
Oh.
part one.
This
Yeah,
is-
this is part of 8. Part 1 of 8.
I feel like you know, like we're all. This is our first episode. We're kind of getting there. I like, you know, like we're having fun. Oh, I feel like it'd be cool to dive into this more specifically later on because it is a very vast series that really can't, you know.
It's
know,
hard
like,
to
cover all.
like adequately cover the Musou series in just one thing because we ended up spending a lot of time talking about Dynasty Warriors
Yeah,
over others, but
that's the main one.
I
It is the
didn't
main one.
realize there it was all.
Oh, there's
Just
so
separate.
much more. There's so much more. We haven't even gotten to the Warriors Orochi series, which is a combination of Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors.
They're all made by the same people.
Oh,
yeah, Omega Force is busy. They're releasing like 1 or 2 of these games a
Yeah.
year. It's insane.
Yeah.
Constantly,
It's crazy. Not to mention they have Dragon Quest as a series and like Arslan. There's a Canadian developed Warriors game called Warriors Legends of Troy, which is based on like Greek mythology and stuff.
Achilles, you can play as
Yeah.
Achilles.
And
What is it?
Odysseus.
Brad Pitt that's in that movie. That'd
Yeah,
be cool if you
uh-huh.
could play as Brad Pitt's Achilles.
So
yeah.
I think This is,
Hollywood.
That's a-
Hollywood Warriors
oh my goodness.
play as all the top stars.
Ooh.
Versus
Didn't even get to the one we all wanted to make forever, but I think this is a series worth checking out if you are into like just hacking and slashing and having something to like kind of do with a lot of flair and deep combo system if you really want to get into it.
Yeah, if you're into a really jump in and play, cathartic, fun, and somewhat nuanced experience. Like people give these games a lot of flack for being shallow, but if you've played them, you understand that there's more than just hitting square or X or whatever button there is. But
Triangles.
honestly, yeah, you should. If you've never played it, definitely at least give one of them a chance. If I was gonna say pick one Musou game, I would say pick Dynasty Warriors 8 or pick Legend of Zelda Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Age of Calamity is a very fun one, and I think it'll make a good impression on first time Warriors players.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I'm gonna try.
I mean, I would say if I had to pick one, yeah, I'd probably say 8 for sure because it's just kind of like all of the best parts of 7, and then it throws in its own mechanics. So it's super fun, easy to play. I would highly recommend it at least for anybody. It's a good couch co-op game. It's better with somebody, I feel like.
Okay.
So I feel like if you're gonna play it, find a second player, and play it on PC if you can, because it's got immense slowdown on pretty much everything.
Even on PS5? Can you get it on PS5?
I haven't tried it yet.
I don't. Those games are probably not optimized for PS5, so I doubt. I mean, you'll probably cut your loading times down, but I doubt there's any performance increase.
I wonder about that. If it's really actually doing anything. I don't.
It's on an SSD, man.
Yeah,
That's
the
difference.
SSD.
The SSD makes a huge difference in loading times.
Yeah.
I just think I did think of something though. Like one thing we didn't actually get to say is what is our favorite Musou game? Our personal. If we had to pick one game we played,
Out
was
of
our
out of
favorite.
every single one of them,
Yeah.
well, we can do that real quick. Out of every single Musou game that I've ever played in my life, that's a hard one because I've played a lot. I've played every Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors. I've played I've played the Gundam spin-offs. I've played Age of Calamity. I haven't played Berserk or Fist of the North Star. I even played the Warriors All Stars, which is kind of a weird. It's fun, but it's weird, and I don't see a whole lot of. I'm surprised it got released in the West. Honestly, I don't see a lot of Western appeal whatsoever. But out of all the games, my favorite would probably be Samurai Warriors 4-2 or Age of Calamity.
I think my favorite. I mean, I'm just a sucker for like the giant roster dream teams. So Warriors of Orochi 3 would be up there for me, or Dynasty Warriors 5 Empires, because just creating your you can create a character in a lot of them, but I feel like that was the best Empires game out of all of them. So, and just creating your own absurd character and inserting them into that weird world they live in is just amazing. So I would choose those two probably. Andy, even though you haven't played them.
5 Empires.
5 Empires, because it's much better than 6, which I played for like one day, and I was like, wait, so this is it? Like, yeah, I just had not played any of them before that, so I literally have only those two. But stoked to try the Zelda version.
Well, it's a very hard question. I have a lot of them that are very near and dear to my heart. A lot of time spent. But if I have to narrow it down, it would definitely be... I would have to go with Ryan's pick of Warriors of Orochi 3. And then a second very close tie between Warriors or One Piece Warriors 3 and Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2.
Ooh, the Gundam games are really good.
Oh man!
And the One Piece ones are good.
I
just don't give a shit about One Piece, so it's hard for me to pick. But they're good games. I will say that they are good games.
You love it or hate it.
Well, this has been an elevated discussion on Dynasty Warriors more than the Musou series, but join us next time. We'll have a new subject ready for y'all. All right, have a good one.
Bye.
If you like what we do and want to support the Game Budz, please consider giving our podcast a like or review on whatever platform you find us on. If you want to reach out to us directly, send us an email at gamebudspodcast@gmail.com. That's buds with a Z. Or follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much for your support, and see you next week. Bye!